It's been over 2 years since I bought the Stumpjumper Evo. So in this video, I want to talk about how the bike's held up, what I've learned riding it, and how much both the bike and I have changed over the 2 years. When I first got the Stumpy, I'll be honest, it felt like more bike than I could handle. But over that first year, I was finally able to start riding all of the advanced trails in my local area, and I was having a blast. By the second year, I was starting to push myself and the bike harder. I was riding trails and features I wouldn't have dreamed of doing during my first season. And I was finally exploring what the Stumpjumper was truly capable of. So after a great 2 years and countless rides, it's time to take a step back and talk about the bike itself. What held up, what changed, and whether it's still worth it today. For those who don't know, the 2023 Stumpjumper Evo Comp Alloy is a full 29er all-mountain bike built for aggressive trail and enduro riding. But how does the Stumpy climb? Honestly, way better than you'd expect, especially for a bike with a 160mm fork up front. The geometry isn't overly slack, so it doesn't feel like you're dragging a downhill bike up the hill, and the seat angle keeps you nicely centered over the pedals, while the suspension stays surprisingly efficient even while wide open. It's definitely not a pure XC rocket, but for what it's designed to do, it climbs surprisingly well. Alright, so this is my end of the 2025 bike season check, or setup, you could say. This year I changed my tires. The Stumpjumper Evo Comp came with a set of Butcher tires, which are actually really good. I didn't have too many complaints about them. They just kind of got worn down. So then I went for the super unique combo setup of the Assegai in the front and the DHR in the back. I believe I have the downhill casing, but I've really enjoyed this tire combo, and I've improved my cornering a lot, so I'm able to really put these side knobs to more use, really trying to lean the bike through the corners. But yeah, they've been really great. Really like them. As well, when I bought the new tires, I got some cool stems. They're from Tidal, and they're a nice purple to match my purple grips. And as well as I like how they contrast the yellow. Fun fact, yellow and purple are complementary colors. The seat is not stock. I mentioned this last year. I ripped the stock seat off. So I have this Bel Air one. It was the cheapest seat in the bike shop at Whistler. So I ripped the old one off, bought this one, threw it on, got back to riding. Yeah, it's been great. No complaints. I don't know. Seat, not new to this year, but not stock. We have these purple 1-Up pedals. They're the 1-Up Comp pedals. They're made of composite. They are getting pretty chewed up, pretty beat up, but I've ridden on them for what, 2 seasons now? So kind of to be expected. I would like a pair of the metal ones eventually. That would be really nice. New for this season, I got the 1-Up thick grips. You might remember last year I upgraded to the 1-Up thin grips in the purple color. I went through the whole season kind of being so-so on them. I don't know. They weren't exactly what I was expecting, but I kind of just kept riding with them till I took a trip to the Sun Peaks bike park where I rented a bike with some pretty thick grips, and I really liked it. So came back and just switched them out for the 1-Up thick grip. Same grip pattern, same brand, everything, same color, but just a little bit thicker. New for this season as well, I got these Tidal bars with a 38mm rise. I believe the stock bars of the Stumpy only had a 25mm rise, so I didn't notice a massive difference, but I think they look really cool, and I heard that having more rise is better, so sponsor me, Tidal. At the bike park, this thing absolutely comes alive. The geometry is super confidence inspiring. You can hit jumps, rail berms, and still throw it around the air. It's not as slack or as burly as a downhill bike. You can still pedal it around the whole mountain without it feeling like you're dragging around an anchor. When you start really pushing hard, hitting big compressions through fast rough sections, then you can tell it's not a full-on downhill bike. The geometry is capable, but the shorter travel and lighter frame means you have to ride a bit more actively and pick your lines more carefully. After 2 years, this bike has been through a lot, and honestly, it's held up way better than I expected. The frame is still solid and the suspension still feels smooth. Sure, there's a few scratches and battle scars, but that's just evidence of all the great rides I've had. What's crazy is how much both the bike and I have changed. 2 years ago, I was just trying to figure out how to handle this thing. And now the bike feels like an extension of me. It's been there for every crash, every new trail, and every breakthrough moment. So yeah, this isn't just a bike review. It's kind of a reflection of how far I've come as a rider. And honestly, I wouldn't trade anything for that. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.